going to be as loud. Had a crazy busy day yesterday. I feel like today's going to be a little wild and crazy. We got some bigger announcements going on. We'll look at that in just a second. Let's get the limits out. Let's get the live stream link posted. All right, all right. All right, let's do this. And there we go. Again, I do apologize. My voice is not 100% because I got a bit of a cold. All right, let's see, make sure that the speaker's working. Yes, yes. All right, all right. SOUN. Let's go see. Look at that crazy volume right there. 121,000. Just randomly hanging out. 6-8. Let's put it down to a minute. Let's see what we got there. Let's see what price here. 683.50. There you go. That's the price to watch this morning. Great day, Shovel. Great day, Glenn. All right, so I want to let you all know, if you have anyone that's interested, you want to refer them over, you want to have them join the group, right? We've got the market navigators over here. I will be doing a live stream at noon for the premium members. And the classroom, this course is done. It's at a discount until Monday through this website, right? If you go to carpayprofit.com, it's showing the $2,200. That's going to be the price right now. This is $1,100. If you have any friends, join and then send them the link from your profile. All right. This will be going up to $2,200 on Monday. So this is what I do as my one-on-one coaching. I finally recorded it and put it together for traders. So I'm going to put that in the chat. Join. Send your friends. It'll pay you when you send them the link. There's an affiliate promotion. I want to help people, right? I have people come to me. There's only one of me, so I cannot devote all of my time just to teaching. It's a bit difficult. Hey, stock fella. So it's there. So come and join over there. School.com. I'm going to post up the swing trades. Ooh la la. Qu'est-ce que je fais? Right there. Carpe Profit. All right. You can see every Friday, 4 hours. All right. I'm going to be doing swing trade big money setups to watch. I mentioned Apple last week. Yes, I did. Apple, Amazon, Gold, Microsoft, and Tesla. We'll review that and we'll talk about it. All right. Great day, Carlos. I know. Glenn, I'm considering that for marketing. What are your thoughts on that, everybody? What do you think? Anyway, there's only one of me, and you can tell my energy is gone at the moment, and that is why I'm feeling a little under the weather. All right, we're going to talk about Pslv. We have Shovel talking about SOUN. I'm telling you, I got gremlins in my Apple. I need to do a deep Apple clean. Anybody out there have Apple phones? All right. Let's get the limits posted out as well. I just did those. We might see some crazy war coming out today. I don't know. There's a rumor. We're going to war. Friday the 20th. Maybe we're going to war. what does that tend to do? Well, initially a downward turn, and then, yep, it generates revenue. So the initial market reaction could be negative. I need to really truly buy one of those stock trader almanacs because I love the seasonality and it's super exciting. All right, so called out Apple as a swing trade for the week. I missed it. I'm packing up the house. What do we have going on for today? We've got these announcements. You're up on RTX 100. Nice. Nice, fish and deer. Don't forget to pay yourself along the way, right? Pay yourself for your efforts. All right, so we've got GDP. Ooh, just coming in. Look at that. Live numbers. Live numbers. GDP at 1.4%. Yeah, I hit refresh. Now the ad blocker doesn't want to give it to me. All right, 1.4% on GDP. Lower quarter over quarter. That's red. I would think that that would be... Oh, no, that's bad. Yeah. All right, let's see how the SPY is reacting. That's awesome. Move this over here. Let's check out. You can hear the scratchiness in my voice. I got this sexy radio voice today. How's it going? How you doing? All right, UVXY. Let's look at this over here. I like to have fun. You guys know that. All right, VXX, big money level. We'll wait for those numbers to come in and then we'll check them out. 26.21. I am not on Trade the Pool today, so you guys have me for a little bit longer. I will have to take a bit of a recovery rest today. You can hear I'm needing some rest. And elderberry syrup. I make my own elderberry syrup. First, my youngest got sick, then my eldest, then my hubby. Guess what? Yep, not feeling that. I think it was pretty much the 12 hours in the car yesterday. I went to the US, I came back. I went to the dentist, I came back. I went to tutoring, I came back. It was a long day. Mom life is 24/7. Oh, look at that. SRTY 3428. We're testing it. 3407. S-Dow, did they reposition? Did they drop it lower? Ooh, we are getting a red. So this is saying, to me, we might see a red week ahead. Now, would that be abnormal? No, that would not be abnormal, right? When we look at the broader market, we go to page 3 here. Broader market, page 3, S&P 500. Let's click on this. Broader market, third week. What does that show us? Did we have this from the 15th? Let's come and check it out. Middle of February. Yeah, pretty much, right? Down, little bounce. Gonna say 669. Right? Let's look at that again. 669. Yeah, that'd look good. All right, maybe coming down another percent. Okay. Totally in line, right? Remember, I am going on vacation next week, so don't feel like I'm shunning you. I think I will be on Trade the Pool Thursday morning. Friday, I'm going to take off next Friday. And I'm traveling. Yeah, that's it. So that's it for next week. So I'll be on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. Let's go to GLL. GLL, this is the inverse for gold, right? Pro shares ultra short gold. So I'm starting to really track them to see, hey, are we getting a sell signal on gold? No, right now, put an alert on your charts, 1877. If we go above that, time to get out of your gold position, in my opinion. Just in my opinion, I'm no longer a financial advisor. Do with it what you will. So since we had this big move up, since this crazy volume spike day, okay, we have it down here. Move it over one more day. Boom, 223 right there. 168 is still that big money level since January. This is just since we had the biggest volume day right here, up here, 223. So should we go above 223 for silver, likely going to see new highs. We have a bear flag right here, right? Big volume. Volume is dropping. Oh yeah, look at that. They're doing a split 1 to 10 on the 26th. You know why? Because it's about to go parabolic, in my opinion, on silver. I need to send that to my buddy, Michael Noss, so he is aware. All right. For all those that trade ZSL as a silver short, be aware that there will be a split to 26. And the delivery date, which coincides with the delivery date for February. All right, post that and let's share that with chat to Michael. Okay, there we go. I know he trades that. Watch out for your trading friends, right? That's what you do. Friends take care of each other. All right, done. Let's look at our stocks. We've got SLV, PSLV, PSLV. Let's look at our biggies. Nvda. You know, my mom is talking about how AI is going to create Google, and AI is going to crash the stock market. She's in belief of this now. So if my mom is aware of this, that means they're putting it out on the news, right? So if they are aware of it, that generation, we're still not breaking out. Look, we broke out of here on earnings, and hello, my head's a little foggy with the cold. I liked it back here. I got in at 462. 462 this week. I got in over there because I saw the downward trend 92% of the time. These tend to work. If I pull up the 5-day on wing, it looks wild whenever. Yeah, okay, will do. So big money, 527. This is an earnings trade. I like this as a long-term holding. So I added back here before earnings, and boom. All right. Also, AG had earnings, right? AG had earnings last night, or pre-market yesterday, in some AG. I figure, you know, if Ghislaine Maxwell is on it, she kind of knows what's going on. She kind of had the inside scoop. Yeah, that sounds good enough to me. If she's in it for a nice trade for a long, hey, that means that probably, look, 31.56. That's my target for AG. All right. I got to put this over here. So pardon me. My, I got to figure out my mouse for my Mac. Everything should be a lot better in March because a little bit of this chaos is done. Also, let's see, dates that wars started. I feel like they all started on the list of wars. There's something that they were talking about, like wars starting on the 20th of February, that repetitively. Okay, over here. It's a little heavy for me. A little too heavy. Heavy metal. All right, SLV and PA. And PA. Okay. Rich Sparkle shockingly announces gathering global top stars. What the heck is this? Rich Sparkle, NASDAQ, printing forms, commercial printing forms. 1.7 million. What do you got? What do you all think? You want it? You want to see that on the list? Fish and deer, wing. You want a 5-day? Oh, look at how it hits the 33. Look at that. Hey, you know, thank you for showing me 5-day. It's like a week though, isn't that? Is that the same as a week? Yeah. Did you mean to put 5-day and a week? They're the same. Weekly chart. Hit the 161 and hit the 33 and sold off. Do we have the 90 simples on here? Typically the 90 simple. Oh, there you go. 125. Boom. Almost to the penny. 303.28. High of 302.80. Boom, boom. And great to be easy. Let's look at open on that. I gotta change this music. Anybody out there celebrate Mardi Gras? I know that Mardi Gras was this week. Brazil, Carnival, also in Venice. You can tell my mind is just kind of, let's see, app weekly. We got to get off this weekly. But it is hitting a big money level off of earnings. Came down here, boom. Right here, 373. Let's add on a little app lovin'. What is this? Package software. I feel like software just got the deep pummel. It's hitting the 15 exponential. Big money's down below at 373. 49. RDW. My goodness, there's so many amazing ones today. We got SPY, Nvda, Q's down. All right, Oracle, Gral getting the pummelicious on Gral after hours. That's an earnings. Blah, blah. They said bleh to their shares. It just threw up. It threw up in the market. This is a throw up trade. Down 50%. Has 34 million in the float. That's a little yellow. You know, I think it'd be really funny if wow, there's some that are down hardcore. Oh, you know what I need to do? This. There we go. FXI, CRWV. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something. Is there something else I put on there that I'm missing? CRWV, 312 million. Has earnings coming up. Right now, we're above all the most recent ones. Here's our most recent one, 77.83. CRWV, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Neem. Newmont Gold, really? Newmont Gold is not doing so buenos after earnings, really? After stellar, what's going on with the gold? We'll look at gold and the dollar and all that good stuff. Let's see where the big money levels are. But I'm interested to see Newmont Gold is not, it's not kicking it. Kicking it. Daily POC, 120.99. All right. CRWB, that was earnings coming up. Okay. Tesla is 2.8 billion. And we've got 23.3 billion here. Let's go over here. Howdy, howdy, everybody. You know what? I realized I don't have my chat up. So if you have a stock, if you have a crypto that you'd like to check out, please put it in the chat. You know what? I see that now on Twitter that a lot of, let's see, what was this? Yeah. All right. Let's go here and let's do this. Let's put this on. Copy and paste, baby. All right. We've got SLV, PSLV. We've got silver short. Oops. I'm going to show you the silver short squeeze area to watch and gold short squeeze. We'll also add on there GLD, GDX. Okay. Open, AG, app, Nvda, Tesla, Gral, CRWB, and NEEM. All right. Oh, let's also add this on. All right, there we go. Boom, boom. All right. You guys ready? Let's get into it. Let's start off with a crypto. Actually, correction. I want to start off with the big money levels and see, have they changed it? Nope, still up here, 692.12, QQQ, still up there, 626.19, still the same. All right, 263.93, we're below it. We're getting the reds. Great day, Bruce. How are you? 494. Ooh. Ooh. I am seeing they are likely going to take the market down. So what does that mean to you? How are you going to position yourself, right? You know what I realized? No, you see. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Could do a little bit more. It could do some more. All right, 538 million. PSLV. Let's see. I can't go to. Let's go here. Let's go here. PSLV. Show me the shares. 633 million. 37 million. That's not public float, but that's the shares outstanding. Still more than 30 or 50, so that's good. All right. Hold on 1 second. All right. I've got my standing mat here. I move it around sometimes and became uncomfortable. All right. So I'm starting to see that we have selling on all fronts, but SRT, they have not positioned. But I'm starting to see it's a sell. And we saw that on seasonality. So I'm going to say it's likely a down week next week. They positioned this week when they had the negative news for the GDP and core price numbers. Let's refresh all this. It should be there. There we go. Why does it jump to the bottom? So we had this big GDP decline. They knew that was coming out. That's why they positioned accordingly. All right, let's look at crypto now. All right. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin 689, sorry, 68,912. Let's put this on a 15-minute chart. Nobody wants to hold over the weekend with Trump president. Or it's just, you know, they already know what's due to happen and they already placed their trades and hey, we're going to go to war. My thoughts are if war is announced, the market will drop initially. Oil will rise because, oh my goodness, there's going to be a discrepancy. They dropped their numbers on Ethereum. 1971.36 on the big picture. And over here, intraday, 1958 and 10 cents. Let me know in the chat if you all want the trading levels for crypto or just interested in the big money levels. 142, they dropped it over here as well. Interesting. 1.4227. Okay. XRP intraday. Oh, 1.42. Ooh la la. 1.42. All right, XLM. XLM. Still way up there. So I don't see it. All right, and big money's 0.160038. All right, let's go to Doge. They dropped it down. Interesting to see that they are dropping their numbers. Oop, an extra 8 there. Okay, enter. Won't let me hit that when I'm not in a interesting. Okay, let's go to Doge 0.09915. Okay, Solana 84.21. They dropped it there too. Look at those little rascals. Look at those little rascals. I see ya. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I'm going to help you make that profit from it. Let's do it. Zcash 242.59 and 264.57. So far, red across the board, right? Because the price action is above everywhere. All right, let's get back into the stocks. So if you all have a stock, a crypto you'd like to check out, please put in the chat. Big money on SLV is at 69.69. We are in this mega downward trend, right? And so what is the potential for our trades today? Let's put up above 73.50 or below over here 72.50. Easy peasy. 72.50, 73.50, 538 million, 69.69. All right, let's go to Pslv. All right, Pslv 2680 and 2640. Float is 637 million. You guys didn't tell me that I had the numbers off over there. Okay, so this is an extra one that I added there. Get rid of that. So we have our January level. Where? January 2nd. There we go. 25.39. So, 2 with big money at our back on silver. Also had a large amount of people saying that people are buying crazy silver out of the money calls. Like insane. $1.2 million. We're seeing the split on ZSL. That's starting to signal that instead of ZSL going out of business, they are prepping for a major long on silver because they don't want it to go. Wow, look at how many people bought Pslv. 86%. That is pretty crazy, right? 86% of the volume yesterday on Pslv was long. All right, we'll call that 49% for open. That was long, short yesterday. AG 51% long. AG 37% short, so 53% long. 63% long. APP short squeezeroo. There you go. That's what a short squeeze looks like. Okay. Allow. All right, let's get this open. We're hitting the 33. The 161 as well. 560. Open door stock rallies as home buyer shows progress in pivot to leaner business model. Yeah, I think this business model is very good actually. I do agree with it. Okta. We'll check it out. All right, 520 and 560 for open. I know it's pretty wide there, but that's what I'm saying. I don't want people to get burned. When you get into the fire, don't get burned. How many shares? 789. Let's go to AG. AG had earnings 2 days ago. Earnings has happened. Nice. I did go long before earnings based off of silver pricing. 24.88 and 25.20. And I'm going to actually bring this up here because you have a trade 25 down to 77. That's where the bigger money level is since earnings. 78 right there. Okay, 25 and 25.20. Narrow volatility is typically positioning for a bigger volatile move. Okay, APP hitting the 15 exponential on the 24-hour over here could be a sell-off point. This could be a sell the pop potentially. We're seeing a downward trend. Bigger money since earnings is down here. We could be seeing that they come back and test this for an inverted head and shoulders. Smiley face, that's what I call them. 430 and 422. Goog, le goog. For day or swing there, fish and deer. I'm going to look at Okta as well while you answer that. Okta swing trade. All right, Okta swing trade looking bearish to me off the bat. We've got earnings coming up. Don't recommend trading into earnings, right? Do we have an, nope, let's put this on here. 87.12 for Okta, and we have earnings coming up next week. So big money's above. We are setting higher lows. If this does not hold today, if it breaks down below 80.20 or below 80, sayonara. I would say 82.50. All right. App 11, I don't have the total number of shares there. 223 million. Bugs me when not all the squares are filled. Long. Okay. Are you just talking long swing, long term, day trade? You're biased. I can see. 308 and 305. You're welcome, Glenn. All right. Nvda. Nvda, we're still in the box. Boring consolidation. I mean, let's look at this, right? Let's come back here. Let's put it on a weekly chart. Look at how many weeks. I know it looks busy with, but you can see all the big money has positioned like right at 181. We go from, oh, let's squeeze it, 181.32 to 184.78. We're above right now, but I'm going to get rid of this line right there. It's okay. We'll leave it on. But look at how, if I just, let's style this background. Let's just fill it in. It's truly got to get outside of that for it to be interesting. We had a little oops, but it's boring. I mean, let's go to a monthly, right? How many months does this go sideways? Once this moves, that's when the cues move, right? So if this is going to move, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 months that it's been in this range. Boring. Volume is actually dropping when we look at it on the monthly, right? Volume is dropping as it moves up. We had a bigger influx right here, okay. And on the monthly, you can see it almost came to the 33. So if we were to see this pull back, guesstimate 126, 30%, Could be that big drawdown that we might see on Nvda. What would that do to the SPY? What would that do to the Qs? About a 30% drawdown, right? Maybe 25%. If it were to get that bad, let's look at a weekly. Where do we go on the weekly back here? We went here. So maybe it would go to 146, 40 points, or roughly 18.4 would be 60. So we'll call it 30%. No, is that correct? 15%. My brain is not working 100% today. Anyway, for my brain, my capacity. But that's what I see. It's boring. Like, yes, this is a big name. Everybody's putting money into it. But right now, it's not going anywhere quickly. So if it's not going anywhere quickly, what do? Look at other opportunities. Because if you can look at other opportunities, you're going to see that it must get out of these areas. Until then, it's just going sideways. On a weekly chart, we have 1, 2, 3 weeks before we might have a resolution, which would put us roughly at middle of March. All right, upward move, right? That's the S&P 500. So are we going to see that for 3 weeks, we continue going sideways and then we're directional to the upside or downside? That would kind of make sense, right? That's what I see. All right, for now, Nvda, day trade. I have it on here because so many people look at it. 20 to 30% on the sideline, looking for a leg into something for a 4 to 6 month trade. Well, I could say watch. There was another one. PLTR looked pretty good. NEEM, no. APP is looking okay because big money's right there. Let's see right here. 187.50 and 186.50. There you go. Daily point of control is 184.78. You could put it into Nvda, but it's boring, right? And you're not going to make money except for maybe in 3 weeks. So you could dip a toe, put a little in, and then if it wins, goog. You know what? Here's the thought. Software companies have just been decimated, right? So is it time to get into them? Or is it physicals that are doing better? My thought is actually energy. If we go to war, what's going to happen to oil? I would also diversify, and I wouldn't put it all in one spot. We'll talk about oil as well. Let's go to Gral. Earnings disaster. Disaster. Big money intraday is hanging out at 53.01. Big money since earning 52.83. Let's put it at 50. Big round number. Big number. Or above. I'm going to say 55. No, I'm going to go closer. 54. 50 and 54. This could have a crazy run, just for fun. Let's see what the short volume was on this. 70%. You think there's going to be a bounce at open? I think it's going to have a crazy retracement. I think you could see a retracement up to 69. Not going there, not going blind, but if it broke 54, then it could be a crazy one. All right, let's go CRWV. All right, CRWV. Oh, I got pressure right here. 95.50. 94. Oops. Big money is below on CRWV. Earnings is coming up on the 26th of February next week. So Newmont, EC pays a huge dividend and in up 30%. Okay. So this pulled back. 121 is where the big money is since earnings. Put it 120.50. $123.50 here. $121, $123.50. Let's look at PLTR as well. PLTR, big money. Oh, they readjusted. I liked it yesterday. They moved it up here. Don't like that. All right. Let's look at USO. Killing it. Killing it. Let's look at USO big picture. Big picture. Okay. So let's make this a weekly. All right. So we are in a range right now, right? Let's draw a little rectangle. If this breaks out, what is this? 60, we'll call it 67, and we'll call this, let's pop it up here. 83.25. So if this breaks out above 83, we've got 67 to 83, 6, 10. We've got 16, you're looking at 20%, right? You said 20, how much are you looking to raise, right? If this can break above here, I would be looking for adding on, my brain, my congestion is not doing very well, so 16 plus 83, you're looking at $99 a barrel. Would that make sense? We saw it break out of that downward trend. We saw a bull flag right there on the way. So that's what I'm looking for here. This still has potentially $1.20 right there. Oil's looking good to me. Do you have any silver fishing, dear? On the weekly, we hit the 15 EMA. We're above the big money since January, above all of the quarters. Looks like it's declining just a little bit here. Volume slowing down. My target for this is 121, or sorry, 125. 50 points off of this. Clear. 55 divided by 71 is 77% gains. So if you were to put a little bit in there, in my opinion, and you make 77% gains, I think you're taking me on a cruise. Right? You're going to fund for my cruise. No, just kidding. But this is the sleeper that I think is really, Shanghai is not going to, so Shanghai has stopped the hedging of their, let's see, profile. Let's go Shanghai silver. They're not letting anybody hedge long term with short term. So like say buying futures contracts for September and shorting in March. They're no longer allowing that. So because you could do that so that it's a hedge, somewhat like you can do that with a calendar spread for options. So that is something that looks like, I'm not really liking financials because of silver. All the people that are short silver at the present time are the banks. What happens if the banks get called? Owl Financial, hold on, Blue Owl Capital, going to be going down to the ground today. They have stopped withdrawals for their clients. Let's see if the news is out on that. Blue Owl, again, as Investors Digest, there's credit pain. Hold on, let's see. Blue Owl halt. Let's see if that pops up. Blue Owl moved to curb redemptions at private credit fund. Here you go. Reuters, 2 days ago. Halts redemptions, meaning you cannot call your shares, like you can't get your money out. FTX all over again, right? So had this happen, that's a weekly. Let's go to a 24-hour. Could this get worse? Yeah, for sure. People are not shorting it today because it's an ex-dividend date. So if you were to short this overnight, you'd have to pay the dividend. Be aware. If you short it with a call. If you sell a call, you have to also pay the dividends. If you buy a put, that's different because you're going directional and you're not going to have to pony up the dividend. So what is the dividend anyways? 22 cents. So do people think that this is going to drop 22 cents? Potentially. People can't get anything out, right? You can't get anything out of this. Let's also put this on. This was a pretty cool one. I was playing with, yesterday. Here you go. Let's put on a weekly. This has been in a downward trend for a while now. Weeks. Since 21st of January 25. Do you see a head and shoulders as well on the monthly? Look at that. Head and shoulders. Where's our neckline? I'd say that's about the neckline. This one just looks like it's going into the grave. Where would my next target be? 980 to the downside on that. So financials, I'm not liking financials. Let's look at XLF. XLF, longer upward trend. We can hide all of the, what if I do this? There we go. Oh, yeah, stays on. Okay, so long-term high, lower high, okay, but it's moving up. And let's put on a weekly. Still looking, but we've broken below this 33 exponential. Where could that potentially go? Okay, that's the 50 simple. Where are we going to go from here? HML. 49.65 potentially. All right, let's go to HML. It's 9/11. My daughter always, Mommy, it's 9/11. Mommy, it's 4:44. Mommy, it's 2:22. Mommy. This one, HML, Heritage Mining. HRL. Hormel? Yeah. Hormel Foods. Do I have any? This one looks like it has created somewhat of a bit of a reversal. I was also playing around with this one yesterday. Let's turn this one off. ADT. ADT. No. ADT. ATD. There you go. ATD. Auto trend detector beta. Like it, like it. Yeah, it looks like it's just breaking right here. 24.50. So if it can hold the 24.50, I would look at that and say, hey, if it can hold the 24.50, then this is potentially a nice one to get it on. You see? But maybe even PG. Let me turn off these moving averages. PG. We've got big money down here, earnings over here. Are you just looking for dividend? How long are you looking to stay in it? 4 to 6 months? 6 months, you're going to get 2.3% dividend. Why are you worried about dividend when you can get like a 10 to 15% gain? To me, that doesn't make sense. All right. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. Let's look at the indexes over here. I would be looking at gains overall. So it looks like the short is going. I might also look at, hey, why not just wait until, say, first week of March? Right now, I'm not looking at any long swing positions except for hedge. Because right now, to me, seasonality is saying, stay out until it's directional. Looks like we're going to have a discount. Do you want to pay a lot for it, or do you want to buy it at a discount? Are you patient enough to buy at a discount? Because I feel like a discount's coming. So do you need to get in today? Could you put it in a money market for the next 2 weeks and receive some interest? Put it in TLT. Hey, where's Kermit? I haven't seen Kermit in a while. I mean, I just see redness is coming. 262, 264.50. That's what I see right now. It's like I can't ignore it. Big money's above. We're seeing all these trends playing out, and it's going with seasonality. It's not a wonder. And it is what it is. So are you going to go long when the market says, for the past 20 years, this week tends to be a short? Are you going to go long? 600 and 602. When we're getting positioning, red signals, it's not when I want to say, I think you need to go all in. I think you need to potentially have that 20 to 30% in cash. Cash is a position. That is a position of not losing. You want to talk about safety? That's safety. If it's not invested for the next week, if you look at seasonality for the year, February 55% of the time is negative. Okay, so what's gaining to inflation? Metals. Let's look at the dollar. Let's look at the big pick. The big pick. Why are commodities moving up? Why? Because the dollar is dropping, right? Usually. For some reason, it's going abnormal right now. 97, 93, abnormal. One of these is lying, right? We have oil dropping, natural gas dropping, gold and silver are pretty much an anomaly based off of banks and security. And when you see that you have a financial company like Blue Owl that they don't have capital, it's the beginning. Let's look at Federal Reserve Bank. I want to see a stress test. Bank failure. When's the next stress test? Superfly disco, superfly disco, superfly disco, superfly, super. Bank stress. I'll have to go here. Failed bank list, right? Do we have any new ones? January 30th. This is the first one. I want to see when a bank fails, bank failures. Let's see when their stress test is. Stress test. Hey, doesn't even want to let me type it. They don't want you to search. They're saying stress testing scenarios. February 12th. Hypothetical economic scenarios for using the upcoming stress test for covered institutions with total consolidation assets of more than 250 billion. Okay, so they're only looking. In 2018, Congress increased the size of what is considered a covered institution from 10 billion to 250 billion. So basically just like tier ones. The supervisory scenario include baseline severely stress test scenarios. Okay, so when is it happening? Today they released the economic scenarios for using the upcoming stress tests. Okay, so when are the stress tests? Again, doesn't answer my question. Stress test 2026. January 30th. From 3 to 2. Oh, they're only going to do a couple instead of. All right. Didn't that say January 20? First independent bank stress test scenarios from 3 to 2. The NPR proposes 2. Okay. So this is. How is this a press release on January 30th from 2018? Templates. Okay, so it looks like I need to go to press releases for 2026. Sort by date. Thank you. Here we go. Oh. Save. Let's look at it. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I will put this into ChatGPT and get them to give us an answer. Okay. Actual quarters, anything negative. Do we see any negatives here? Yeah. Supervisory baseline. I don't see any negatives. So they had a negative. Oh, Q1 last year was negative. 1.9, 4.4. Yes, banks in general tend to be, look. Oh, yeah. Check this out. They didn't talk about this, did they? I'm going to get ChatGPT to put together a nice post, and I'm going to share this. And I will share the download with it. All right? So, I'm seeing a little caution. First quarter 5.4. I'm not sure. I need to get ChatGPT or some AI to analyze that and say, hold up, hold your horses. What is this? Like, what is this? First quarter ends when? End of March. So, in my opinion, fish and deer, when you're seeing negative numbers like this, when did we have negative numbers like, okay, 2008. Get ready for financial economic disruption. The numbers are public. April could be pretty nasty. Are you ready? Do you have cash? Do you have silver coins? Do you have what worked well in 2008? Because it looks like we're going there. I don't want to be doom and gloom, but this looks like the banks are not going to do really well. Look at this, negative 14. I got to find out what the parameters are for all of this. Real GDP. There you go. So GDP numbers were lower than expected. There you go. And I would say physical, like little physical silver coins. All right. That's what I'm seeing today, guys. I will get a stress test scenario announced. They didn't want to put that out in the news. Why? Because it creates panic. It creates panic. Did you hear about it 8 days ago? I sure as heck didn't. I think that's big. They're sweeping it under the rug. Let's not tell people that the banks are setting up for failure. I will tell you. The banks look like they're setting up for failure. Reserve requirements are big fat old goose egg, 0. Do you have your cash? Do you have it on the side? It's not a bad thing to have cash in hand. All right. That's it for now. Not doom and gloom. Just prepare yourself. We're all about risk management and trading. This is your risk management for yourself, for your life. When we're starting to see signals that look like maybe 2008, you can't deny it. That's a public document that everybody and anybody could see. You guys saw how I did it. Pull it up. Use ChatGPT to analyze it too. Looks like it could be a disaster. Could be. End of March. Just prepare yourself, right? If you know a hurricane is coming, are you going to put up the wood, the hurricane shutters, or are you just going to sit there and say, I'm not going to do anything. It's not going to happen. And then all your belongings get destroyed, right? Be aware and prepare. Love you all. Thank you. Have an amazing day. Carpe Profit sees those profits one trade at a time. Come check out the Carpe Profit School group. I'm going to put it in the chat again. And I want to tell you guys, if you guys like my information, you are a trader, you have profited, and you want more, I did put together the Master Trader Builder course. When you sign up to school, if you send any of your friends this link, this is on discount until Monday. It's complete. I just have to put a little bit more verbiage in it. But other than that, all the videos are there. Put my heart and soul into it for everybody to help. But I'm only one person. I can't do all my one-on-one coaching as much as I would love. There's only 24 hours in a day. I am a mom of 2. So I did put it together to help other traders. And it's amazing. It's like a course that you would find in college. You start off super basic and then you get into the specifics. You guys know it. You're here every day. So thank you. If you want to help your friends, it pays to share the link after you sign up because there is an affiliate related to it. All right. So have a great one. Don't just have a good day.